Good luck.
Merhaba arkadaşlar, hepiniz IEFT Talks webinarlarına hoş geldiniz. Bugün ABD'nin Köklü Üniversitelerinden Rider University'de eğitim ve kariyer fırsatlarını Jeff'ten dinliyor olacağız. Lütfen sorularınızı questions kısmından sormayı unutmayın. Yes, Jeff, the stage is yours now.
All right. Well, happy Friday, everyone. Thank you for spending your afternoon with me today to learn about Rider University. I have just put in the chat a welcome to everyone and my email, as well as the Rider University International Admissions University. So hello to everyone, and I imagine we have people from all over Turkey today, and I hope to be able to answer your questions and also provide you some information about Rider University and what we have that would be helpful to you as you are looking for your academic goals, whether you're seeking a bachelor's degree or a master's degree, or even if you want some ESL, English as a second language work. We have all of that is available to you. So what I will do this morning, I see all the hellos coming in. That's wonderful, wonderful to see. So greetings to everyone. I have a presentation. I will go through the slides that I have for everyone. And then after the slides, I'll take some time for some questions that you may have. And feel free to ask your questions as we go through this presentation. And if your question is not answered today, please feel free to email me. I'll be happy to address those. So if for some reason you don't get your answer today, I'll be happy to answer that in a follow-up email. And our team is always available. If you would like to have a Zoom call, we can do an email or we can do a Zoom call, whatever is most favorable to you. And then hopefully, I was just talking with Zainab, hopefully later this year or into next year, I'll be able to actually visit you in Turkey. I look forward to that, and when we can get up and travel again. And put all this COVID behind us. So look forward to that. All right, so I'm going to jump into the presentation. I'm going to share my screen here, and then we will go right into this presentation. So again, welcome. This is a presentation about Rider University. Our tagline is Meet Your Tomorrow. What that means is that we are a place where you can work and discover what you want to do. Whatever your academic or educational or professional goals are, it is here for you to develop and learn and grow. And we can help you become not just in your education, but also in all of your, as a person, as you develop there as well. Matter of fact, we'll have a little video about that in just a moment. But first, a little bit about Rider University. Rider University began in 1865. So we have over 150 years that we have been serving students from all over the world. We began as a business school in 1865, and our business school is one of our most important colleges that we have on campus. I will talk about our colleges a little bit more in just a moment, but we have 4 colleges. We have our College of Business, our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, our College of Education, and our College of Performing Arts. So you'll have I'll give you a little bit more information about that and what we have to offer you. So where is Rider University? Well, Rider University is located in a city called Lawrenceville, New Jersey. If you are familiar with the United States, New Jersey is right next to New York City, and Lawrenceville is on the western side of New Jersey, as you can see in this map. We are about 35 miles. It takes about 45 minutes to get to Philadelphia, and we're about 50 miles or about 1 hour from New York City. And we have a lot of our students actually that commute into New York City or commute from New York City. I was talking with some students yesterday that go down to Philadelphia. So we're conveniently located in the Northeast United States. So it's easy to get to New York City and also to Philadelphia. You'll also notice that if you want to go to Washington, D.C., That's about 3 hours by train, and Boston is 5 hours by train. And I tell you this, why is this important? Well, because in the Northeast United States, in this corridor, we call that the Northeast Corridor, you have access to global companies, you have access to non-government organizations, you have access to government organizations, you have access to pharmaceuticals, manufacturing, a wealth of business and corporations that are based here, arts and entertainment, as well as sports. So that gives you a variety of options. And I talk about this not for the things to be fun to do. I'm talking about things for you to learn and grow and work towards your goal and what you want to do. And that's important when you start working on your degree, whether it's a bachelor or master's. We can help you find work as part of that. We'll talk a little bit more about that in the process, but all of our academic programs, you have internships so that you can learn not just in the classroom, but you can learn also in the workplace. So if you are an arts major and wanting to learn about film and production, we actually have a semester where we send you off to Los Angeles to get some work experience there out in the Hollywood, California area. So we got all kinds of opportunities through Rider University here in the Northeast United States. And one more point, if you look on that map here, you can see that over here is the Jersey Shore. So if you want to go and have a nice summer weekend on the beach and enjoy the ocean, you can do that as well. So we have access to New York City, Philadelphia, and the shore. Now the campus itself is spacious. It's a green campus. You are not in the middle of the city. You have a place to breathe and relax and to walk. You can see the campus here. We have about 130 hectares. That's about 270 acres of space that is available to you. In this campus, we have our 4,000 students that are graduate and undergraduate level that call Rider home. You can see on the campus here all of the all of the different facilities that we have available. We have residence halls, sports, tennis, soccer, track and field. We have our academic hubs with our education, our business, our arts. All of this is right here in our residence halls, as well as our dining services. Matter of fact, we have several dining options on campus. I always joke. I said probably the most important things to students is where can I eat? What do we have available on campus? And so we have all kinds of options for you. And it's not just American food, whatever American food is. We do have international options that are available on campus as well for you. And a little bit about our housing. You can see we have different residence halls on campus. These are the spaces that you will be living in. Matter of fact, our international students, usually the first year, undergraduate, are going to be living in this area. Upperclassmen might live back here. There's more apartment style living. So as you go along, you have the option to have more like an apartment on campus. But when you come here as a first year student, you would be living two people in a room, and then you would share your bathroom with another room. You have a common space for study. You have your washer, dryer area. You have your game room. So you have your hall. You become a community. It's like a little culture, a smaller little enclave of friends that you have on campus. So all of campus, you have 4,000 students. You have your academic colleagues and students that you work with, and then you have those that you live with. And then you also have access to the to other areas of interest. So you might want to gather together with friends that are studying the same thing. Gather together with friends that are interested in the same things you are. We have over 150 clubs that you can do. It can be anything from sports to arts to education to politics. Whatever your interests are, we have those available. And I do, I'll send this link a little bit later, but you'll see here there's a virtual tour. And matter of fact, it comes up right there. If you can see that, www.rider.edu. /virtual-tour. And you can go through and look at some of the different videos that we have about our campus. So that way you can see a little bit more about the campus and what we have available. So I would encourage you to go and do that as well. And one last thing, because I'm not going to talk about this in the rest of the presentation, but you see back here, we have track, recreational fields, softball, baseball, soccer. We are a Division I NCAA school. What that means is that we do have sports and athletic scholarships for top athletes. And so if you are interested in that, email me and I can connect you with the coach. But again, this is a very competitive league we are in. It is Division I. That is the top division of college in the United States. So it's very competitive. But if you like sports, like soccer, but aren't the top athlete, no worries. We have clubs you can join. We have all kinds of activities. It could be soccer club. It could be whatever sport it is, basketball. We have that available as well. So you don't have to be a top athlete to enjoy the campus sports. Okay, talk a little bit about writers' academic distinctions. So, you know, that's an important thing, especially if you're talking to your family, your parents, and they say, why writer? And you say, well, look, Mom, look, Dad, here we are. Writer is number 38 in the North region of the United States. So we are a top regionally ranked institution. Number 38. We're also listed as one of the most innovative and a best value school. And I'm going to talk about the value in a moment, because we do have very good academic scholarships available to you. We also have multiple accreditations. And that first one, AACSB, you can see that right there, AACSB. If you are going towards business, maybe you're into business analytics, finance, accounting, marketing, economics, supply chain, all of those business oriented, that goes back to our beginning, our origin. We began as a business school, and that is one of the key values that we bring is through our business school. As a matter of fact, we have dual 2 accreditations in AACSB. We have both business and finance through that accreditation. Why is accreditation important? Accreditation is important because it shows that we meet professional standards for that field. So I always encourage you to look at that. And I'll go back just a moment. When we go back to the campus, campus is big, but we're not putting you together with hundreds and hundreds of students in a classroom. Our student to faculty ratio is 12 to 1. So when you have a class, you're not going to go into a class of 200, 300 people. You'll be in small classes and you will be taught by the faculty. We do not have teaching assistants. And in addition to that, our faculty love to get you involved in research. Matter of fact, 65% of our faculty do have students that help work on research projects. So we want you engaged in your learning. This is an active learning school. It's not passive. You are actively involved in the process. So Rider University, small campus in terms of the number of students, but a big campus in the area and the green space, and some very highly ranked programs that we have. So back again, what do we offer? Well, we have over 100 majors at the undergraduate and graduate levels that we offer through our 4 colleges. We'll talk about those and more in detail in just a second. But again, we do have the Norm Brodsky College of Business Administration, our College of Education and Human Services, our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, and our College of the Arts. And that is where we have fine and performing arts, as well as our choir college. So we have a wide range of offerings for you. The only 2 things we don't have that I wish we did, we do not have engineering and we do not have medical. We can prepare you for your medical degree as you go into your graduate program, but we are not a medical school. In about 5 years, we're going to start some engineering. So in 5 years' time, well, you'll be finished in 5 years, but in 5 years, I'll be able to tell you about our engineering program. But let's go a little bit deeper into each of our colleges. So our Norm Brodsky College of Business. That is our most prominent one on campus. You'll see this gentleman here is in front of Wall Street. That's where he did his internship. Wall Street, of course, is the hub of finance there in New York City. So at the undergraduate level, you can see some of the majors that we have there. I do want to highlight in this, if you look down here, you have actuarial science, business analytics, and then over here you have information systems. And why do I highlight those two? We also have a Master's of Science in Information Systems, so 4 there. These degrees are what we call STEM degrees, S-T-E-M, Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. Why is that important? Well, when you come to the United States, you will come on an F visa, a student academic visa. It's called an F1 visa. And when you graduate, you are given the opportunity to work for 1 year after you graduate. Well, if your degree is a STEM degree, so if you came and did actuarial science or business analytics or information systems, you would have the opportunity to do 3 years of work in the United States after you complete your degree. And I know that's important to a lot of people. They want to have that work opportunity. And just to give you an idea how that might work, let's say that you went into information systems and you were able to get a job maybe with Amazon. And you were able to work for three years, and Amazon says, you know, I like you, I want you. Then from there, you can work on what's called an H visa. You get your work visa, and you can stay longer in that process. Or Amazon is a global company; they could move you back or have you work anywhere. So it just gives you more opportunity. So it's always something to think about when you're selecting a degree for the United States. What are my work opportunities after I graduate? And in the United States, we have 2 work opportunities. You have 1 year for all degrees, and then 3 years for STEM degrees. And so I'll show you, we have a few more STEM degrees that we have available here too. One of the other things I want to highlight, we do have a global supply chain management, which is a management degree, which is a very popular program that we have here. It began several years ago. They've won all kinds of awards, winning student competitions. So it's a very active degree program and a lot of opportunity for work after you graduate. And while it's not a STEM, there are a lot of people that are looking for students with this kind of education to begin in their programs. And then just very briefly on the master's program, we have a Master's of Accountancy, Master's of Business Administration. And our Master's of Business Administration, you can have concentrations. You might want to have a concentration in global supply chain or business analytics or information systems. Or you can get a master's just directly with Masters of Science and Information Systems. So if you've already completed your degree and you're looking to say, I want to be Vice President of Technology at whatever, the Masters of Science and Information Systems would be for you. Our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, this one has a wide range of degree options available to you. You have your languages, you have your history, you have your philosophy, but you also have political sciences, marine sciences. You can do computer science, you can do criminal justice or cybersecurity. So you can do psychology. So I'll talk a little bit about some of these very quickly. I want to point out down here political science, as well as I believe we have one, yes, global studies. These involve internship opportunities in Washington, D.C. or in New York City with United Nations. So we want to get you involved in policy and politics. So if you're interested in that, that would be absolutely perfect for you as you are seeking out your education. We also have, within this, we have actuarial science out of liberal arts. That's also a STEM. And we have computer science and cybersecurity. Both of those are STEM programs. When you get into mathematics, another STEM program that we have. So those are some of the options out of the College of Liberal Arts. But liberal arts, again, it's a wide berth. So you could even do graphic design or healthcare policy. These are all kinds of different options that you have out of this college. And this is a very popular college just because it does cover a wide range of subject matters and subject areas. And if you're a person that says, I really don't know what to do, I don't know what kind of education I want, I would suggest you come to liberal arts first, because here they can help you decide, find out what is best for you. What are your gifts? What are your talents? What are you good at? And they can help focus you into the area of your choice as they help you grow in that. Now, a lot of people come to universities and say, I know what I want to do. But a lot of people come and say, I'm not sure. I'm looking at this, but I don't know. Then if you are in that category, definitely come to College of Liberal Arts, because we do have a part of our program that it can help you as you decide. And then in our master's, we do have a Master's of Arts in Applied Psychology, as well as Homeland Security. And we do have an online Master's of Science in Cybersecurity. And I put that up there. If you are looking for graduate study, but say, I don't have time to come to the United States for 2 years, this Master's of Science in Cybersecurity would be good for you. It is an online program you can do from your home. So if you'd like more information about that, I'll be happy to share that with you. And then I'll very briefly talk about our College of Education. Our College of Education, this one for our international students is really mostly at the graduate level. The undergraduate level is more focused on teacher education for the United States. So for the international market, for here in Turkey, this would probably be something you'd look at the graduate level. So maybe you want educational leadership or organizational leadership or clinical mental health counseling. That would be an area for you. And we do have several people in our Doctorate of Educational Leadership. So if you are looking to go into higher education, and to be a leader, or you're looking at being a principal, chief administrator of an educational institution, we probably have a graduate program that would be good for you. And then finally, our Westminster College of the Arts. These are for the people that are into film, singing, voice, dance. This is where you can find and use your talents and what you can become here. And I do apologize. I got the wrong. I got the wrong graduate programs in here. I have to erase that. My apologies. Don't look at that. Don't look at the graduate program side. Look at the undergraduate. And I want to highlight two things in our undergraduate programs. One is our dance performance and dance science. This is something that if you are into this, you could also combine this with counseling. We do have counseling and dance therapy that work together. So that's where two of our colleges work together. And then another one is our game and interactive media design. This is a very popular one. People are into production and going out into the development of game and interactive media design. This would be the space for you. But if you are into voice, popular music, you want to be a performer, we can accommodate that and help you with that as well. And again, we are very close to New York City. There's a lot of arts, both in Philadelphia, New York City, even in and around us, a lot of theaters. So there's all kinds of opportunity for you to get engaged and get active and use your talents in that area. Okay, so that's a little bit about our colleges and the degrees that we have in there. But the big question is, what do you do with it? Where do you go? And this is just some of the companies where our students either are doing internships or where they are getting jobs after they graduate with us. So you can see in here, there's KPMG, big accounting firm. There's the New York City Department of Education. There's CNN, ABC, Disney Cruise Lines, Johnson & Johnson Pharmaceutical, insurance companies, the Met, American Cancer Society. And then in this gentleman's picture, he's there at the Ernst & Young, a big accounting firm as well. So this is only a small portion of an example of the many companies where our students are able to work. And I'll tell you a little bit about this too. When we look at internships, we usually have every year about 1/3 to a half of our students are participating in some type of internship each year during the course of their studies with you. So we want you engaged in that. And then after you graduate, we want to help you find a job. And we have college fairs all the time that we bring in the big companies. Matter of fact, we had, I think pre-COVID in 2019, 2020, we had almost 500 companies come to campus to recruit students. And then this is a case where ideally what you would do, come work on your education, get an internship. Matter of fact, I worked with a young lady doing actuarial science. She was from Panama, and she did her internship with a company in Texas. And then after she graduated, she got a job with that company and now is doing her 3 years of STEM OPT with that company. So that is how all of this works together for you. You get your education, you get your training, and you get your job. So that's a little bit about the university. Now, how do I get in? What's required? And how much does it cost? Those are the two big questions. What's required and how much does it cost? So let's go a little bit deeper into this. We'll talk about the undergraduate admission very quickly. What we need here is your official high school transcripts, and we need a TOEFL or an IELTS. We do also accept the Duolingo. So if you are looking at a TOEFL, we need a 70, IELTS 6.0. A Duolingo would be 95. That's what we're looking there for that. And when you complete your application, we do ask you to submit a personal essay. And I think the personal essay is the most important part because that tells us about you. So talk about what your aspirations are, why you want to come to Rider, and how it can help you. And talk about what you want to do, what has made you. You know, what it could be a little bit, could be your family background, it could be your work experience, it could be your aspirations. But we want to learn about you. What's inside here and here. That's what we want in that personal essay. So we love to read those. We also need a letter of recommendation. That usually is from your teacher or administrator. We do not require the SAT. We do not require the SAT. You can submit it, but it's not required. And if you are going into the performing arts, usually there will be an audition that is required for that. But outside of that, it is a rolling admissions process. Okay. And again, feel free to email me. I'll put my email again in the chat so everyone has it. But if you have any questions on that, and then I'll send, matter of fact, I'll put the link to that in the chat in just a second. Tuition and scholarship, how much does it cost? Well, if you look at how much it costs per year, you're looking at about $55,000. That includes your tuition, that includes your room and board, and includes your health insurance, personal expenses, fees, and books. But with that, we also offer scholarships, and our scholarships are academic scholarships. So our lowest scholarship you see over here is $11,000, and our top scholarship is $20,000. So if you are a top academic student, we will give you $20,000 a year. If you meet our minimum academic requirements, we'll give you $11,000 a year in academic scholarships. So that brings that $55,000 down, so it's not as much. And then on room and board is $15,000 per year. You are not required to live on campus. So if you have friends in the area or want to get together, we have a lot of students that do that because there are several apartments in and around the university. You're always welcome to do that. But if you live on campus, it would be $15,710 for room and your meals, the room and board part. But again, we do have scholarships available from $11,000 to $20,000. And not on here, we will give you, as an F1 student, we give this to all of our F1 students, we give you a travel grant of $2,000. So we'll give you another $2,000 to help lower the costs for you. So that is our undergraduate tuition and scholarships that are available. And I'll put those links in the chat in just a moment for you. If you are a graduate student, a couple of things that are different. We do need official transcript evaluations. You can look at that with the different companies that we accept, but you have to have your transcripts from your university evaluated by a transcript evaluation company. We have to have that done. And then our TOEFL is a little higher. It's 79 on the TOEFL. IELTS is 6.5. Our Duolingo for graduate admissions is 100. And some people ask about, well, do I have to take the GMAT? Well, if your undergraduate grade point average is a 3.0 to 3.3 on the US 4.0 scale, so 3 or 3.3, you do not have to take the GMAT, okay? But if it's below that, we do require that. So that all depends upon your grades at your undergraduate level, okay? All right, and the graduate tuition, just to give you an example, tuition and fees, this is based upon 18 classes, or excuse me, 18 credits per year. Our graduate business is a little bit higher. It's about $1,100 per credit, and you have 18 credits per year. And our education and liberal arts is about $900 or $900 per credit. So when you go for a master's, please keep in mind a master's will probably take you 2 years to do. You will have to complete 30 to 36 credits for a master's, and you'll take 9 credits every semester with that. So that generally will take you 1.5 to 2 years to complete your master's program. So just please keep that in mind. We do have limited scholarships at the graduate level. You have to have a very high undergraduate GPA at 3.75, and then we are able to give you some scholarships. So not everyone gets a scholarship at the graduate level. Those are academic standards a little bit higher for that. Okay. All right. And lastly, I want to just leave you, and I probably should have put this at the beginning, but I want to leave you with a little video just about Rider University and our motto about meeting your tomorrow and free to roam. So enjoy this just for a second here.
All our lives, people tell us, just be yourself. But who is that anyway? Were you yourself when you were born? Or did you grow into it bit by bit? Maybe becoming yourself takes a lifetime, a work in progress, making mistakes, and coming back stronger, gaining confidence along the way, heading towards your future on this wild ride, free to become exactly the person you were meant to be. Rider University, free to roam.
All right, so I encourage you, please visit our YouTube page if you would like to look at more videos that we have about Rider University. There we go. And so lastly, I'll just go through some of the pictures here on campus just so you can see what we offer. This Data Fest is one of the competitions that is offered in our business program, either business analytics or information systems. It gives you some real world experience there. We do like to have fun. You always got to have fun. This is our baseball team. But I think they won a championship or something that and they were a little happy about that. This is just an example of just some of the students there around the common area in the residence hall. Not sure if they're always playing guitars and having fun like that. A lot of times it's just sitting there and learning and studying and getting to know one another. That is Ziegler Hall, one of our residence halls on campus. Students walking around. And that is our science building. Matter of fact, our science building right now is getting an upgrade. We're getting additional construction. We're going to have a new wing that we're adding to that. So we're growing, always adding more programs. So I think that's anticipation, getting ready for engineering in a few years. This in the background is this back here is our College of Business. And this is our lake on campus. I say lake, it's not that big, but it's, boy, it's a peaceful place that you can go and sit and relax especially in the spring and the fall when the weather's still nice. You can sit out there and just enjoy the afternoon. But there's the beginning of Rider University. And this is my information. I'm also assisted by Erin Thompson. She's not with us. She's actually on vacation. Good for her, but she's on vacation. There's our contact information. Feel free to reach out to us directly. We'll be happy to help you at any point with that. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing and get back to this. And let's see. I apologize. While I was doing the presentation, I was not able to go through and look at the chat or the questions. So I will try to get. I'm going to go to the questions now and see if we can answer some of these. I'll start up here. Let's see. Now, Mustafa has a question about what's covered in health insurance. I'll be happy if you could email me that. I'll send you a direct link to our health insurance information page, but it is unlimited health benefits. It's a very generous insurance that we have. So unlimited health benefits. And I think it's a $500 deductible, and that is it for you. So I'll be happy to send you a link to that. So Mustafa, please email me directly and I'll send you that. Another question here. A master's degree is more affordable than studying at a university. Generally, a master's degree, at least at Rider University, is it's going to cost you total about $30,000 to $36,000 in tuition. That's what you can expect for a master's degree. Feigen here is asking about a PhD in community health. Unfortunately, we do not have at Rider a PhD in community health, and I'm not familiar as to who would. There's another large public university in New Jersey called Rutgers. You may want to check them out. They may have a PhD program in that. And Ece, my apologies, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but asking about transferring from a Turkish university, do we accept credits? Yes. If you have finished 1 year or 2 years or 3 years in Turkey and want to transfer, we will accept your credits. We have to do that evaluation, and we will accept credits. I have many students that come. A lot of students will finish 2 years in their home country, and they finish up 2 years with Rider. We actually have some students that do 3 years, and so they only have 1 year left with us. To get your degree at Rider University at the undergraduate, you have to have a minimum of 30 credits taken at Rider. So there's a total of 120. And so that means we would accept 90 credits, up to 90 credits from your university in Turkey. Okay. Rosa had a good question. What happens after 3 years of working? Well, hopefully you have a company that wants you, and they'll help you apply for a work visa. That's called an H-1B visa. So that would be something that you would have to talk to your employer about. At a minimum, you get 3 years of work experience in the United States, which makes you more valuable to any company, especially back in your country. Always good to have work experience. Education is one thing, but you put with that the work experience, much better on the resume. Always better on the resume. And Sim asked about internships. How do you find them? Our faculty, our colleges help you find those internships. You can go out and find your own, but our faculty have a lot of companies they work with directly, and so they'll help get you engaged with that. So don't worry there. We're helping you find where to work. And then that's for the internship because that's part of your degree. Another question is about working on campus. You can work on campus as well. We don't guarantee a job, but you're welcome to apply for that. So we're always happy to have students working. We have many of our international students work on campus as well. That's different from an internship. Internship is related to your degree. Working on campus might be working at Starbucks on campus or something like that, or working for a faculty member. There's all kinds of different opportunities there. Faiza asked, is it compulsory for the ACT? No. ACT, SAT is not required. You can give us that, and that may help your scholarship, but it's not required for admissions. So we do not require that. We are what's called a test optional. Okay. And then for a master's degree, yes, we do require language proficiency for that. Please feel free to email me. I'll give you more information. And I think Etta about the programs, I've answered that. And yes, Osman, we do have an MBA, and we went over the costs on that. And the competency we have in order to earn a scholarship for a master's degree. A scholarship for a master's degree is really one thing. Your undergraduate, your bachelor's degree should be a 3.75 GPA. You need to have that for a scholarship at the master's level. Okay. And living expenses in and around New Jersey. New Jersey is an expensive area. It can be expensive. So that's why you have people that come together and say, get roommates to make it a little bit easier for that. And one question is, the campus close to a city center? We are close to Lawrenceville, and we're close to Princeton University. And then the big cities, New York City, Philadelphia, they are easily accessible. You can get on a train and be there in 45 minutes to 1 hour. We have a lot of students go in just to go in for the weekend and have some fun in New York City or down to Philadelphia. And for the registration, I'm going to go ahead and put this in chat real quick because I want everyone to make sure that you have this page here. This page is important, and it will lead you to all of the other pages. It leads you into let's see, this right here. Go to that page right there, and that will lead you directly to the application process. You can access tuition information, scholarship information, my information, Aaron's information. All of that is there. Right in that link right there that I just put that in chat. And just as a reminder, I'm going to put in my direct email. And then I will also put in our general email so that you have that. All right. And let me, I know that I think we're scheduled for about 45 minutes. We're coming up on that time. Let's see, do we have a job experience range? Okay. And Rosa here is asking about music majors. One more, I think, that will be very good for you. And I'll share my screen on this so that you see this. I'll put this in the chat real quick. This is true for any major. If you want to find out more information, I'll share my screen one last time here so that you can see this. All right, this is our program finder. So if you are interested in, you want to say, let's say I'm interested in computer science, you can just type in computer science. You can see I've looked at it before. And it comes up, we have our BS, and we also have a minor. But if you're looking for music, I would suggest that you start with colleges and schools and go down to our School of Fine and Performing Arts, or just go to Westminster College of the Arts. And that will give you a list of all of our majors. And let's say, for example, that you're interested in dance. We talked about dance science. You can click on this. Well, let's do game and interactive media design. I think this is one that might be popular across. You can click on that. And when you go to it, it tells you about admission requirements. It tells you about facts and figures, your annual job growth, the salary that you can expect. And then on all of them, we'll have major requirements. And when you click on major requirements, it goes directly into what are the program requirements. You can look at the courses. As a matter of fact, if you say, what does this mean? You put your, you click on this, and it gives you information about the class right there. So you can learn a little bit more about what it is that you'll be learning in that particular class. And then you can also look, I love this. This is the academic plan. What you can expect. Year 1, fall, spring. Year 2, fall, spring. What are some of the things that you can do in that? So it has a nice little academic plan for you to show what it would be like all 4 years in that. So, okay, let me go back, stop sharing. So, okay. Well, with that, I think we have come, I know that we've allotted about 45 minutes, but I'll hopefully I've given you all of the information that you need. If I have not answered anything and you would like more information, please email me directly. I'll be happy to help you with that. And even if it's not about Rider, maybe you're say, Jeff, Rider doesn't have engineering, but I'm interested in engineering. Where should I go? Can you refer me? I will be happy to help you with that too. I want to talk about Rider, but I'll be happy with any question that you have. So just let me know how I can be of assistance, and I am free and available to you. So with that, let's see, I'll just check questions one more time, see if anything, I think we've got the questions answered there. Okay. And so Erman is asking about job experience and range and department. Sometimes if you're looking at the master's level, sometimes our departments will have additional scholarship available. And that's something where you'd want to talk to the faculty member directly. And that's a good thing. I'm the admissions, but if you want to go directly to a faculty member, let me show you how to do that. So let me go back to sharing my screen here, and I'll go back to the Chrome tab. I'll go back to game and interactive media design. Let's see. I'll go back just so that you have that. Okay. So this was game and interactive media design. That was the landing page on it. You go down through here and you're looking at information, admission requirements, blah blah blah. Okay. You can go down, and down at the bottom it should have. Let's see. Yes, here we go. Here you can contact the professor or department chair directly. So if you're interested in game and media design, you have Will Lindsay. This is his email. I don't know everything there is about game and media design. I can talk to you about admission requirements and TOEFL and transcripts, but if you have a specific question about the classes, you can go to Will directly. Matter of fact, you click on this. I'll show you here. You can see his picture, his biographical information, and then you can call or you can email him directly. And that is true on any of them. So if you go back, excuse me, my apologies. My voice is starting to go out there. So if we go back, I'm going to go back to, let's say that you're interested in a business, for example. So you go to the business college here, and you're looking at a graduate program, and let's say that you're interested in information sciences, okay, or information systems, excuse me. So I go down here to Masters of Information Systems and click on that. And then down at the bottom, should have Ron or Gene. Let me see which one. Yeah, here it is. Oh, no, it's Arthur Taylor. My apologies. You can contact Arthur directly. And you can look at and you can click on this and get more information about Arthur and his biographical information there. You can learn a little bit more about him, what his background is, and what he has done. And then you can email him directly. So those all wonderful ways that you can get connected. So again, I'm happy to take any questions and help you with the admissions. But if you have a specific question you want to ask the faculty member, you have access to the faculty member as well. So, okay. Well, with that, I do want to say thank you for your time. I think we have, I'm not sure how many people we have on the call, but I want to say thank you to everyone for your time. And while I would love everyone to come to Rider or at least apply and get more information, I know that you have many, many choices in the United States. So I encourage you, whatever you choose, whatever path, even if it's not the United States, you may go to United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, somewhere in Europe, you may go to China, but wherever you go, I wish you the best of success in all that you do, both in your academics and in your future jobs. So thank you very much. And with that, I will, Zaidam, I'll close it up and I believe we are done.
Yes, thank you very much for your fantastic presentation, Jeff. We had a lot of questions and you covered them all. Thank you for your answers too. We believe it was a really informative webinar for the attendees. Also, I would like to thank the participants in Turkish as well. Katıldığınız için teşekkür ederiz arkadaşlar. Rider University ile ilgili diğer sorularınız için Jeff'in paylaşmış olduğu mail adresinden iletişime geçebilir. Linkleri inceleyebilirsiniz. Aynı zamanda sizi 6'daki konsolosluk webinarımıza da davet etmek isteriz. Thank you very much again, Jeff. It was a pleasure to have you in IEFT Talks.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to be here. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.